In this video, we show you how to install your ProFlex Bike Rack. There are 4 stages. Prepare, so you have all the tools you need before you start. Measure, so your rack is mounted at the perfect height. Mount, drilling and securing into place. And maintain, to keep your rack performing as new. Before we prepare, let's talk about wall type and spacing for multiple racks. Your ProFlex Bike Rack must be installed on a structurally sound vertical surface, capable of holding the weight of the bike and rack and supporting the pivoting action. You can mount your rack on timber, masonry and concrete walls. Do not install in plasterboard, gyprock or drywall. If you plan to mount the rack on steel frames or other materials, check with your local hardware store to get the appropriate fixings. If you are installing multiple racks, layout and configuration will depend on the size of your bikes, especially the width of the handlebars. We recommend mounting the racks a minimum of 600mm or 23 inches apart. If staggering heights, they can be closer, around 350mm or 14 inches. For maximum pivoting as flat to the wall as possible, maintain at least 1200mm or 47 inches between each rack. The optimal installation height for easy loading and unloading will depend on the size of each bike. We'll cover this in this video. Your rack is pre-tensioned and will not easily pivot until it's installed. Your ProFlex comes with the rack, GearMate spine, rear tyre rest, rear tyre mounting plate, screws to mount the rack, screws to mount the rear tyre mounting plate, wall plugs for masonry and concrete walls only, replacement rubber tips, and a hex key for use with GearMate components only. You'll also need some tools: a spirit level, power drill, tape measure, pencil, Phillips head screwdriver, socket wrench or spanner, a drill bit for timber walls, or 2 masonry bits for installation into masonry walls. Open your ProFlex Bike Rack and take off the end caps. Place the rack on the floor, then position your bike at a right angle to the wall where you will attach the rack. Have someone assist by holding the bike steady. Ensure there is a gap between the rear tyre and the wall. For lighter bikes, a 50mm or 2-inch gap between the wall and the tyre is best. For heavier bikes, a 75mm or 3-inch gap is best. With a pencil, mark only the top mounting hole on the floor. Remove the bike and rack. And measure the distance between the wall and your pencil mark. Transfer this measurement to the wall and mark the position of the top hole. Your rack will now be at the perfect height for your bike. If mounting into masonry or concrete like we are here, you'll need to use the masonry bits. We recommend drilling a smaller pilot hole first. This guides the larger bit, improves accuracy, and reduces the risk of cracks or damage. Drill a pilot hole. Then switch to the larger bit and re-drill the hole. Insert the wall plug and loosely mount the rack to the wall using the top hole. Use a spirit level to ensure the rack is straight. Then mark the remaining 3 holes. Remove the rack from the wall and follow the same process for the remaining 3 holes. Align the GearMate spine and rack to the holes and secure to the wall with all 4 screws. Be careful not to over-tighten. Click the end caps into place and open the rack fully. Mounting to a timber wall is simpler. Drill a pilot hole. Loosely mount the rack to the wall using the top hole. Then, follow the same process we just covered for mounting into masonry or concrete. The final step is installing the rear tyre rest. Roll and hang your bike into the rack using the rear brake to assist. Ensure the bike is hanging straight. Then align the rear tyre mounting plate with the axle, which is the exact centre of the wheel. Double-check the bike is still vertically aligned. Then mark the top edge and side of the plate. Remove your bike. Place the rear tyre mounting plate back on the wall and realign with the 2 markings using a spirit level to ensure straight. Then mark the 2 holes. Drill the pilot holes, main holes, insert the plugs, and attach the plate using the rear tyre rest fixings. Then slide the rear tyre rest onto the rear tyre mounting plate. Roll and hang your bike, again using the rear brake to assist. Congratulations, your ProFlex Bike Rack is installed. The pivot tension is controlled by the nylock nuts on the central pivot bar. They come pre-tensioned and may loosen over time after repeated use. To adjust, remove the end caps. Use a socket wrench or suitable spanner to tighten. The tighter the nuts, the firmer the pivot tension. Be careful not to over-tighten. To keep your bike accessories neat and tidy, check out GearMate, our easy add-on storage organising system, which is fully customisable to suit your needs. Congratulations! Enjoy your ProFlex Bike Rack.